Good morning, everyone. This is Joyce Glass. I'm the Write Coach, and I am so glad that you are here today. I have some great news for us to talk about. Let's see. We have Elizabeth. I'm not sure which Elizabeth that is, but thank you for being here. And it looks like there's some other people. I'm glad you're here. I am, like I said, Joyce Glass, the Write Coach, and I have some writing tips for you today. How many of you sit around and you want to write, but you're scared about not getting it right? Well, today we're going to talk about write, R-I-G-H-T, versus being just writing. Just write. The best way to get going on a project is just to write, just to start. I have a plan that I go through that makes me a simple outline. And sorry, but I'm looking at the hair here and not liking that. Fix that bad hair day, but oh well. Back to writing versus writing. You just want to write. You just want to get it out there. And sometimes I will start with, well, most of the time I start with an outline, but then I will just free write to start off, to get my thoughts going, to get the thoughts flowing, to make sense of things. And I'm working on my first novel. And what I'm starting to do with that is to work out some scenes. Is I'll just start writing a scene and kind of see how the conversations go and how they work. And I'm not worried about if it's right, if it's just like I want it. I know a lot of writers, and many that I know, many that I've worked with, who get confused, who just think, well, I've got to get it perfect as I'm writing. And that's not the case at all. If anybody's familiar with Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird book, she does one and she says, she calls it, excuse my language, shitty first draft. You just write. You just write. Write it out, get it going, get the thoughts out there. And the best way is to free write. But don't let fear and resistance stop you. I know I've had a project that I've been working on, just a little short story that I'm going to actually post on my blog this week. But because it's my first time doing some dialogue and the story's a little bit controversial, I've had a little resistance getting it done. And yesterday I finally got it done. I'm on Renee Harden. Renee is how you say her name, Harden. I've been watching her Periscope, and this week she's talking about The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield's book, and we're talking about resistance. And a lot of times, trying to get something right is why we're resisting something, because we're thinking that we have to make it perfect. And you got to remember, Olympians don't come out being Olympians. They start off and they make mistakes, and same thing for, NFL football players and college football players. All of them learn, and everybody starts somewhere, and then you have to work your way up and learn. And the best way to learn writing is to write. And it sounds simple, but a lot of people will avoid it. So making a habit of writing daily for about, whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can do, or if you have an hour or two one day, just write. Write out that idea, that story, that thought that you may be working on. Does anybody have any thoughts or anything that they've worked on or they've been really challenged with and they're not really sure where to go? Has anybody ever had that problem? Because if you have, if you have been doing comments, I haven't been seeing. Yes, writing is a process. Thank you, Renee. I'm finally seeing the comments. I was moving. If you did other comments, I'm sorry I didn't see them. You may want to post them again. Hello, Jean. Thank you for coming by. We're talking about writing versus being right. Just write it. Just write it out. Jean, do you ever struggle with just getting things written out? Do you get that kind of, I'm not even sure where to begin moment? Does anybody ever have that moment? Speak up if you do. Fix the necklace here, sorry. Absolutely, this morning. Okay. So what are you working on, Jean? What kind of, is it a blog post or your book, or what are you working on today that you were kind of having that struggle? Exactly, Renee. Get your thoughts out and you can edit later. Working on teaching for tomorrow. Okay. Exactly. If you get your thoughts out, then you have a framework to work with. You have something to work with. You can add to, you can take away, and there's probably going to be a lot that you have to take away, but that's okay. That is the whole point of writing. That's the whole point of having a process. That's kind of the joy of it, because then you have this puzzle that you're working with, and you can take parts out and you can put parts in. So those are the things that I've really enjoyed with writing. Renee, what are you working on that you've ever struggled with something like this, with just writing, or do you free write, Renee, to get started? Trying so hard to do it right because it's family history story. Well, and as we said, get it out and then worry about making it right. Because I understand. Yes, Renee free writes a lot. Good. Figured she would. But yes, so free writing makes it. I have to summarize an entire year for 3 to 4 year olds, make it fun, and do it in a 20-minute lesson. Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot. Jean, so good luck with that, but I am sure you are highly capable of doing it. Definitely worth it, though. Plans for my coffee talk episodes, content. Yeah, Renee has her own Periscope. For those that don't know, it's Coffee with Renee. She does that at 8:02 Eastern Time. Every morning I've been watching. It's wonderful, and thank you. Yes, she does do a lot of free writing to get all that content together, and that's the best way. Some of my best phrases or quotes came from just when I went to free write, and then I go back and edit and make things pretty like I want it. But some of those quotes are amazing. Yes, exactly. Once it's on screen or paper, then you can see it and take shape. And something that I do, because I can type faster than I write, and I actually get frustrated trying to handwrite things, I will read things on my iPad and kind of hold it close to me. So then it's like reading it on a piece of paper. If I type something in the computer, then I will read it on my iPad, and it's like holding a piece of paper, so it's closer to me, and you'll catch things that you won't catch sometimes when you're editing on the screen. So that's a good tip too, Renee. Thank you. Definitely. So does anybody else have this struggle? And you'll print it out. You know, some people like to see things printed out, and I have noticed a difference too. When you print something out, I'll do that a lot for when I do a talk or a workshop. I'll print my notes out, go over them, and there's things that I'll see. If we try to get it perfect from the start, we'll miss the spark of inspiration. Exactly, Jean. That's the whole point. When you allow your brain to just go for it, to just let loose, these thoughts will come to you sometimes that you wouldn't have thought otherwise, because you're sitting there trying to think so hard about what to write. And when you just let your brain go, it frees the space up here for those other inspiring thoughts to come in. So it's a brain dump. I'm sure people have heard that word before, that phrase. It's a brain dump. And when you brain dump, it makes it a lot better. So I am so thankful that y'all came today. This is just my little quick tidbit for today. If anybody else has any inspiration they want to share, please do so here real quick. But thank you so much for showing up for the Writer Wednesday. And like I said, I'm Joyce, the Write Coach. And I have a Facebook group if anybody's interested in joining. It's called the Writers Network Group. And I'm the admin on there, so I can help you join. I would love to have you in there. It's a great space to encourage each other, to connect with each other. You're welcome, Jean. And I'm having a great time. Thanks, Renee. You have a great day. I'm having a great time connecting with other writers and speakers, because it's for bloggers, writers, and speakers. Because speakers a lot of times are writing too. They're either writing books or writing their content or blog posts, whatever. So I love working with speakers as well, and I'm involved very heavily in a speaking program right now too, because I'm a professional speaker as well as writer. So thank you again. If you have any questions, please come and see me Exactly. And writers will become speakers eventually. Yes. If they want to get their writing out and known in the world, it's best to become a speaker. So hopefully you will. But I hope everyone has a great day. I will post this replay on Facebook for people to see. And thank you for being here. It's, again, I'm Joyce Glass, the Write Coach. And you can find me at the Writers Network group. You can look up for it on Facebook. It's the Writers Network group for bloggers, writers, and speakers. If you have any trouble finding it and you're friends with me on Twitter or Facebook, just message me and I will send you the link. So hope you have a great day and thank you.